Welcome back, everyone, to the Winter Champions Invitational. I'm Hail Monkey Man in the booth alongside Chicksa as we just got to see a banger of a semifinal, but that was just the first as we head through more single elimination in this bracket. This time around, we've got Geyer and Deer Creek, but me oh my. I mean, they have a hefty task in front of them, Chicksa, if they want to outdo the performance we just saw.
Yeah, I mean, Deer Creek has been phenomenal on the day. They only lost one game, which came to a Game 3 stunner with Geyer itself during our round robin stage. So this is now a rematch and our first time seeing Geyer as well on stream.
So Geyer, it's going to be this across the Red River type of shootout as we have the Wildcats from the Texas Federation Championship. They were able to take down Hebron twice, both of those programs, and take down the previous Prosper High School state champion out of Texas. This is a team that knows how to go the distance when it comes to brackets, and I want to see if they can do exactly that going into this Winter Champions Invitational. And as a reminder, in Texas Esports Federation setups, they go best of 9 in their grand finals, so Geyer knows how to play a lot of Rocket League. So we strap in, we set up, and we go to semifinal time. It's game number 1 of the Wildcats of Geyer going against Deer Creek Antlers. Does Oklahoma bring the best? Do they boomer sooner, or will they get the job done over there in Texas?
I don't know. Didn't Texas win the SEC this season? They're in the... You know. Anyways, if you don't know this Texas team, it's Silas, which is around 1607 GC2, Bubbly, a 1390 C3, and Jaden Jazzle, a 1371 C3. So do not count them out, although they may be slightly lower ranked than the average. They have played against the best of the best, and they have played against Deer Creek before as well, who starts off in the first 13 seconds.
I went game number 3, which means they were able to do their work. I saw both of the games that they lost to Deer Creek, and both were 1-goal losses. It was 2-3 and 2-1. So very, very close in contention between both these squads, and I want to see maybe how that defense kind of develops. But right now, it's all offense all the time, and not one to be forgotten. It was Scar, who really had much of the field under control, but they had Pay and DOS X thereafter really capitalizing on the space they made.
Jaden Jazzle leaving this for Bubbly, puts a nice shot on target. Now Silas coming off that sidewall, off the ceiling. Highest ranking win on this team. A couple of nice touches there, and Bubbly to clean up. And you have to wonder why, of course, Silas is the highest rank on this team and actually is showing off an SSL tag on the score tag board.
Ooh, okay, all right.
Maybe been better than past than we thought, Question marks.
That's also why I have a maybe anywhere from an ounce to like a pound of salt when it comes to looking at current stats, which is exactly why you guys should go update your profiles as you have an amazing platform in League OS to do so. Hey, short plug, but it's got short love. First minute comes and goes, and it's a precarious one, but Silas makes a good find.
Now Pang off the ceiling, trying to find the touchdown. Bubbly instead taking it over. Doss, a good challenge in midfield. Tries to get past the likes of Silas, but cannot do so. Jaden Jazzle beat here. Pay beating out off the corner. Bubbly is there to make the stand.
Bubbly kind of waits it out as well because Jaden is going to go into that third man position. A slow turnaround, and this one was just all developed right from this pickup. You had a great just doink. It comes right out to midfield, and both DOS X and Scar were caught rotating, and Scar went for boost, and they were just completely outplayed as that went over the top of both defenders. So we go now 4 shots taken by Geyer, and only the one that was a score by DOS X.
Yeah, incredible to see kind of the back and forth that has been on this field. Already another shot by Silas. Granted, this one across the net, easily saved. Silas in midfield, having to put a nice back pass to Jaden. Jaden up, Bubbly sidewall, picks it up, pops him mid. Pay to take over. Now Scar in front of the net, and who other than Silas, who we've said his name a lot already, to pick it up.
Silas is a menace right now coming out of Geyer High School. These guys have been just all over him. Scar is able to at least get rid of Jaden, as that's going to be a massive demo. But as they go from the sidewall onward, they are caught having to joust against Silas, and that's going to be a soft pickup. Oh, and they almost got him with the granny shot as that one crept near this, the right side post. But Silas now wings it off to the side as Scar is looking for the challenge, and Pei, who we've not talked about very often, doesn't connect.
Dots towards the side wall, Bubbly. Back to find the save, sends it to Silas, who picks it up again, who always seems so easily to pick up. Jaden, I honestly think, gets in his way there, an unneeded double commit. Good thing Silas able to pick up and at least get that challenge, get that clear out. Doss gets the bump, Bubbly, the touch, Scar, the corner, drop down, Silas taking it out. We'll get it past his teammate as well, looking for the second touch, but Scar, great save, able to send it across the board.
It's been an elongated offense, and that means that we've seen a stunted defensive rotate out. Deer Creek may have gotten first charge onto the scoreboard, but otherwise, they've been caught lacking. It's only required 2 saves out of Geyer as well, as they've been able to rotate pretty freely. Dos X from the sidewall, and look how hard they have to rotate between both Pei and Scar. Not currently keeping up of both their boost as well as just rotation. Oh, Scar, they want that one back. That net wasn't completely free, but they could have found a better angle.
Silas off the backboard. Good clear, and Jaden the follow-up on the challenge. Bubbly, maybe a shot here, just a little wide. Could have been an opportunity for Geyer to extend their lead further. Jaden get beat, or tries to beat Bubbly. Back through. Looking to pop. Gets the 50 and does not win it. Scar indeed wins it instead. Ooh. Silas almost beat here, but the shot just off the mark with only 25 seconds left. Desperately, Deer Creek trying to find a way to tie this game up, and a miss there will do just that.
You know, if they gave points for hitting the perimeter of the net, Scar would have 4, but often you got to find at least an assist to set yourself up, and that one goes dead center back of the net. Finally, Deer Creek Antlers getting just a step beyond the Wildcats, and they found an office that exists. So now with 15 seconds to go, they're trying to do that late term in regulation. They believe they got to win it here because OT won't be too kind to them. Bubbly with the big save and one extra look. Silas trying to clear it out. Pei keeps it nearby, but we're looking for grass and we're looking for overtime.
Yeah, the grass is always greener on the other side. In this case, the other end of the field, because that's where you want to be. Here, Scar, the pop, stays in the half of Geyer. Silas to Jaden. Jaden, the shot. Pei to find the save, and Scar to extend even farther upfield. Pei steals the boost there. Silas pokes it on out. A bump. Can't do much. Scar towards the back wall. Silas, nice save, collecting as well, getting a flip. Finds his footing. Scar the shot, Bubbly in front. Jaden bumped, and Silas last back left to collect this one as it falls down. Does indeed find the save on the goal line. Overtime heroic certainly upon us. It has been all Deer Creek on the Geyer half, and Geyer still looking to get a nice clear out.
This is the offense we were missing for a long time, but it becomes a massive blue pinch. Dos X didn't want that to happen. Pei, oh no! Pei up, and the toll is being collected by Jaden. It was all gone wrong off of this pinch. Jaden, an opportunist, looking for a way, looking for a win. Geyer, you gotta feel like that was a late steal. They were in control for so much of the match, but they took that momentum away from Deer Creek.
Yeah, look at that effort from Bubbly and Silas on the team. And then, you know what, when it matters the most, Jaden makes the overtime goal to give their team the victory. I had mentioned earlier these two played in their round robin. It went 2-1 in favor of Deer Creek, but still Geyer was able to take either the first or the middle game, because I remember it being 1-1 at one point. in that kind of, I mean, that it had to be. I don't know where I was going with that, but nonetheless, Geyer was able to take a game earlier, so I'm not surprised they take a game here.
Yeah, very true. And you got to think, in the middle of that series is where they found their game. It was a 3-1 win in game number 2, but every single game, other than that one, was by 1 point. I am not at all surprised that we find ourselves in 1 point diff here in this one. So we're going to go over to game 2 and see if Geyer can continue that. Much of their value and success was found in a stout offensive helmed by Silas. Will that continue to exist?
A lot of question marks to be answered in game number 3 of this best of 5. It's our second semifinal match. Waiting patiently is West Catholic in the background. So a lot that they're certainly waiting for their opponent.
Demo as Silas will find at least a 50. Bubbly gets rid of Scar, and Scar got really kind of turned into an afterthought a lot of the time. But at this point, oh, what a takeaway. Bubbly cannot be forgotten as a massive proponent for success for the side of Geyer. But Deer Creek, this Oklahoma native high school squad, trying to at least get some of that worthwhile offense that was pressuring them before. Oh, and he just cuts too hard. Pay will find first shots.
Wow. Really great demo. Wins the one-on-one against Bubbly. Just beats him on the near side instead of the far side. A well-thought-out shot and a great one-on-one play.
That's just kind of thinking a bit too hard, too long. They just lost all of that speed, and then Pay had an open net to shoot on. What a takeaway by Jaden. It's going to be Bubbly that's called up instead. A bouncer that goes from floor to sky, and Scar goes from end to end. Pay, it's a fake out. Scar comes through. That's 2 for Deer Creek.
Deer Creek putting on a show early. They've got that momentum. They're making very important touches. And again, nobody off the backboard there to defend. Backboard defense is going to be one of the most vital proponents of this game. At this level of play that we're seeing that, you know, in a sense could have been like a grand final matchup of its own. Now instead, both these teams have to play as close as possible. No mistakes, minimal mistakes, if any, in the rest of this series.
Ooh, the drop down. I like that control out of Silas, but they're starting to read that a lot quicker out of the side of the Antlers. So it's been tough for this squad out of Geyer to get things started. Bubbly sends it off to the corner, and they're keying this up. Look at the speed, Chicksa. They are just getting on top of Geyer before the Wildcats can do really much of anything. Dosex throwing it to the top of the box, and Silas tells Bubbly to just simply jump because he's going to get a demo midfield. He's going to get some boost, but Pay's going to get that ball. What a stop.
What an amazing save at the last second, but the saves can't stop Pay. Misjudges that one on the slow bounce, and Silas will find 1 for Geyer.
Silas just stole all the wind out of the sail of this ball. It's like, hey, you want a knuckleball? Whoop. Just kind of drops like a bag of hammers in a soft sack of sand. So that one ends up finding its way over the line. Less than 3 minutes to go. Sometimes it's not about putting a bullet on target. Sometimes it's just about outplaying the defense. Jaden will have first looks, and Silas always plays so close behind his teammates.
Ooh. Bubbly. Backboard. Doss to pick up. Gets past Jaden. Now looking to set up Scar in midfield where Silas finds a great challenge. Pay. A lot of eyes on him. Silas back there to keep it in that midfield area. Silas still there. But the shot comes through from Jaden just a little wide. Midfield presence just as important as backboard presence. The key proponents of controlling a field in Rocket League. Silas fortunately doesn't get the touch he wants, but a nice follow-up stays with this play and continues to stay with it on the upfield transition.
They were kind of underestimating Silas a little bit because he showed his hand, didn't have a lot of boost, and yet was able to make at least an impact. Oh, but Dosex in the other direction. Their impact will be felt. That was Not exactly where Silas wanted that to go, and it was the massive bump after Pay got the setup that set up the next shot.
Wow. Deer Creek putting a little bit more in between the score line. A really great effort by the entire Deer Creek roster as well in this one. Every single member has a goal. That's how even the spread is. All of them are within about 50 points of one another. Really close game. Really incredible game by the Deer Creek squad, and Geyer needs to do something about it. Bubbly, who was on top of the scoreboard last game, very quiet this game. Only 56 recorded points so far in a single shot, nothing else on the board. Geyer, it just seems like every time they've been able to try to fight back, try to find a way to get on that scoreboard in any single way, they've just been taken time and time again by demos, by beats by Deer Creek. They're playing such a good game. Another shot for Deer Creek. Still, the entire team flawlessly, rotationally, doing well.
This is kind of what happens when you have a squad that's built around one very strong player. Not to say that they are the only, but you know Silas is good. Oh, and they nearly found themselves in a great spot as Bubbly had won a fantastic touch. But this has been a quieted offense coming out of the Geyer program. Wildcats, they have a chance to maybe steal this one late if they want to. That'll be a shot on target, a double commit by both Scar and Pay. This is slowed down to Molasses and Winter, and a Snail is trying to drive the car. What a bouncer by Pay. This one is going to be iced over into the corner. We're going to have a tied up series heading into game number 3 as Deer Creek Antlers battle back.
Really great game by Deer Creek. Again, it's the teamwork that I'm going to focus on the most. Every member within 50 points. I think almost within 33 between top and bottom of the scoreboard. That's really unheard of. It's incredible that each member was able to get a ball into the back of the net, find that goal. Saves coming out of Pay and Doss, Scar getting an assist. You know, it's the team play. It's really great to see. And Silas very apparently on top of the board on the Geyer side of the field. Bubbly and Jaden both really quiet. Need to make sure they're able to consistently play with Silas as much as possible.
And I think one glaring stat that kind of stares us in the face, there's no saves by Geyer. None. 0. And there was 4 shots taken by Deer Creek. So 4 saves by them, denying of the 5, and then 1 a little bit errant on the offense made by the Wildcats. A far less efficient output, but they also came out very feisty and fast. We're going to game number 3 on Neo Tokyo, maybe going across the ocean, across the seas to Ye Yonder, Japan, give some new spice of life to both sides. Let's get it.
Oh, right away, drop down, almost a look for the side of Deer Creek, but great 50s. Bubbly going for that demo, looking to open up the field, but Scar pokes it away, and Jaden only able to get it off the corner. Silas on target, Scar the save, and 2 thwarted opportunities early for Deer Creek. Now Doss needs to clear out upfield. Can't really find one just yet. Silas passed down, quickly taken away by Scar. Another good challenge. Geyer, I like the little bit more force I'm seeing out of them early. They're getting better touches. They're getting better offense already in the first 45 seconds.
Ooh, and this is starting to really kind of squeeze in around the Antlers. Deer Creek getting all their boost used up for these defensive efforts. Jaden really has been the first initial approach, but him and Bubbly are caught in the same zone. A 2-wheel slide, maybe stylish on the streets, but on here and near in Tokyo, you still have to be able to find at least a purchase on that ball. Jaden will go away as Silas comes up, and Bubbly with a great catch, playing for the low 50, but that becomes a massive boot the other direction.
I almost thought that one was on target, but it is on the way out. Silas now picking this up. The 50 will roll onto the Deer Creek half. Doss trying to get past one. Silas off the corner gets the read, but 50 Pay can't get the pass either. Quickly, more challenges arise. Jaden picking it up, looking to send it in the mid, but Pay quickly again taking it away. Every time we think Geyer has an opportunity, to send it past center, it's always challenged and it's always 50, and it's seemingly always a win as well by Deer Creek on those 50s. They're going to need to find better challenges that favor the likes of Geyer as we continue throughout this game.
Sometimes that's about spacing, but sometimes you have to also key up. Maybe your initial attack isn't either a pass or just the shot. Maybe you're going for kind of a body. Get some of that extra physicality, get a demo and get a bump. Don't have to call for it errantly. It feels like some of that may be necessary. Silas, flip reset, looking for a bit of do-si-do to that back third and a 50-50. It becomes a demo onto Scar, but Pei has been very apt and with good handles to just at least make these first touches. A not quite careless one, but Jaden risking it for the biscuit to try and get that as a pass. That's gonna waterfall from ceiling on down, and this has hit the roof more times than it's hit the floor. Scar will send it to the corner. Maybe now it's Geyer's turn to try some offense.
Pay and miss. Good thing. Doss back to find that save. Silas off the ceiling. Backboard now. The third touch, though, not strong. And again, the communication error with him and Jaden. Time and time again, I see Silas and Jaden double committing on a lot of these plays, and that's not something you want to see. Bubbly looking for the flick. The demo a little late. Now Jaden backboard goes down and saved by Scar on the goal line.
Ooh. That earlier flick attempt was such good control, but they just never moved the ball, and the defender went for where it had first elevation. So the adjustment wasn't necessary, and then you had the dunk attempt. So good looks by Geyer. Neither's team has been able to find much. Scar is going to go neutrals with Jaden. Silas finding an ounce of difference. They have a touch. Oh, and then Bubbly right behind them. Gonna try and hard rotate this corner, but both Bubbly and Silas in the exact same spot, and communication has been opted out instead to just get hyper aggressive and look for the 1-2 bang bang play instead.
Minute looming on the clock. One opportunity is all that either team needs. Silas trying to dribble past the entire defense. Bubbly the follow-up. Jaden to the skies, gets beat out by Scar. Silas in the way, puts it towards the corner of the safe space on the field. Now, another poke. Silas, not much boost in the tank. Good thing his teammates there. Silas backboard, great read out, and that's what I mean by backboard defense. Huge clear, but touch that Deer Creek needed.
Needed that to give themselves a sigh of relief. Defense gonna be under pressure. You see Dosek stepping up to the plate. They get the takeaway past the first one. Bubbly will be set to retreat. This had one pad in the tank. They have to rely on Jaden. Jaden's beat off first touch. You see that corner boost? Have to apply that, but that means they're delayed. It becomes a 50-50 found. 10 seconds. Can they transition upfield? Geyer with the steal as Silas gets it on his nose. Trying to play as a magician, but all his tricks have been put on the internet, and they know the secret to each. Bubbly wants to put it to the pavement and trying to put us into OT. They keep it to the sky. Silas keeps it alive. Can he get it away? Yes, he does, as Scar is able to put it in safer waters. We had the bonus time to find who's going to have match point in this second semifinal.
That's all I can think about. Unsure how to feel, what to think, who comes out on top. This is only game 3 in this best of 5, so whoever wins goes up to match point. That's about it. Oh my gosh, don't make me more nervous than I already am, okay, Hale? Dramatic sigh of scaredness. Oh no. Oh my goodness, Bubbly, the touch off the corner. Silas can't find it, and Jaden demoed for his efforts. Is that net open? Is it on target? No, just off the mark. That could have been match made.
Silas, though. Maybe this is a match made in heaven. No, it's just Neo Tokyo. Bubbly is a bit too close, and so is Jaden. They almost bump into each other, but almost is not close enough either. No boost. Jaden is going to be calling for help. This is all of a fake out, but Pei doesn't pay it any mind nor attention. Double flip reset because reasons. Silas, a mechanical mastermind at times, but they're just looking for space, and it's being encroached upon. They're locked in a closet like a boy with a scar, and magic is happening. Big save!
Oh, but the saves, they can't stop here. A huge 50 by Jaden. Now Scar on his end of the field. Taking time, controlling towards the side wall. Won't have a follow-up touch. Pei, though, will. It's just off the mark. Silas reading this one, does get the touch on the second opportunity. Past one, can't get past Pay. Jaden, dangerous territory, putting it in front of the net. It'll bounce off the ceiling. 2 players commit. Silas able to find the read, and Jaden stops the ball in the tracks. Pop up here. Huge clear out and space now for Geyer.
You've not seen Geyer being able to take control and key up any of these 1-2 combinations. Silas will get a massive 50, and they're actually looking to abuse the defense. Bubbly and Jaden come up empty. I see 4 players not touching this ball, and then the final one that does, Bubbly turns it into a Geyer win. It's chaos on the corner. They read Bubbly first, and that ended up being all of a decoy.
Look at that bump by Silas. He throws Pay out of the net. He says, sayonara, see you later, because Bubbly is there to clean up the play. Great, hard-fought win for Geyer. They go up 2-1 in this series. They're on a revenge trail at this point. They want to beat Deer Creek when it matters the most.
They're going to have 2 chances to do it. The first one is the one that they're going to want the most. Otherwise, Game 5, everyone will be scared and sighing and gasping in the booth or in their seats, chicks. Because so far, we have been gifted with some really good and talented teams to witness today. Regardless of how this goes, we're going to have a banger of a grand final. And you got to think, when you're looking at Geyer and Deer Creek, who does West Catholic want to play from these 2?
Neither.
That's true.
Neither. I'll be honest. I wouldn't want to play either one of them. I think at my peak, I was maybe as good as these players on the field, but I'm no longer at my peak. I'd be scared to play against either one of them because they are quite good. But you know what? Grab the popcorn, grab the drinks, grab whatever, because this one may just be going a little longer than anticipated.
Grab the ends of your armchair and hope and pray that it continues to hold your butt in that seat, because you're going to be lifting up and shooting a fist to the sky with how the offenses are currently outputting. And finally, we get kind of a banger opener as Deer Creek puts Geyer under pressure. They score in 7 seconds.
Pay. Straight down, Scar to take over. Sends it towards the other end. A miss. Doss's touch. Not strong. Pay in midfield, taken away by Silas' touch. Jaden off the corner, bouncing inward. Bubbly find the best touch on the challenge. Scar, side wall, 50 here, straight down. Pay in the way. But instead, he gets 50 and on out. Silas, a huge clear, and now Geyer looking for some offense themselves.
Not sure if that was completely on target, but Scar had to use that only 12 boost that they got in order to get that at least clear out to the corner. So good looks as they continue to be a leader for this squad. They're going to have that first takeaway. Jaden to the side. And this has been a player that kind of has gone up and down. You see them acting kind of as a third positional role with Bubbly and then Silas. I mean, it's been a lot of let Silas off the leash kind of thing, but that's also let them get out of control at times. But I think that's how this team really finds success, is just when they get Deer Creek off balance.
Mm-hmm. Deer Creek, it's hard to get them off balance. I mentioned earlier how even each player is, how they tend to have similar score lines, how they tend to impact the game all together. So shaking them up is really quite difficult to do. Bubbly, the rest of the Geyer team doing their best to find some offensive pressure. A good 50 by Scar. Puts them in the offensive zone. Great shot, a better save by Silas, as he can't get it out much further than their half. Silas collecting side wall. Not the greatest touch, but still recovers. Gets over one. Can't get past Scar. Jaden tries to slot it in. The finish, though, will be for Bubbly to tie it up.
These initial touches, and we're finally seeing good looks from Geyer as they bait out the second defender. Even if that was supposed to be on target, it ended up being a fantastic play to pull him because it goes to the wall instead. And then the third man is like, hey, you got to go. And they finally get this all knotted up at one apiece. Less than 3 minutes. Now remember, it's match point advantage right now for Geyer. These Wildcats got 2 chances. Deer Creek has to force game 5.
Oh, I keep forgetting that Geyer is on match point as well. It makes things a lot more tension-filled. Is the best way to put it. You know, we talk about the mental game sometimes, and when we look at pros, we're like, mental game, it doesn't exist much more than. It's a lot harder to really shake a lot of the pros. Granted, some of them will get a little more angry than others, but still, at the end of the day, they're pretty solid on how to play and when to play and do it. But then, talking about in high school, when maybe you're not as confident anymore, you're just finding your footing. I mean, I guess a lot of these players could have been playing since they were maybe 7 or 8, but I still find it hard to believe they've played as long as a lot of the professionals we see today. So it's hard to feel confident. It's hard to keep your mindset throughout a series.
That's where you really look at programs to provide flip reset, looking for a second chance, and that doesn't keep it nearby. But you have very wily play styles, kind of like what Silas brings, and you have to temper that. DOS X waiting for the 1-2 off the perimeter combination, and it was just Bubbly who ends up actually giving it to Pay. So unfortunate, but you bring that up, and I think of coaches, I think of the teachers, and I think of even the fellow players and students that have to mature at a rate that kind of goes in line and maybe even above and beyond what they're doing at that age level. So it's a tough thing. It happens in traditional sports, esports as well. Tell your parents about it. Get them to support you, because that's exactly the kind of leadership you have to have at all levels.
Preach. Very much heard. Right now, fighting stay in this series is Deer Creek. Silas looking for the flip reset, sends it a little too high, and Jaden a miss. Bubbly stuffed by DOS X. Now back up. Scar towards the corner. The bounce won't be red. Bubbly a miss as well. Jaden beat to it. Demos Pay at least for his efforts on the touch. This one poked out. Scar the shot. Taken away by Bubbly. A big clear upfield. 44 seconds is all that's left. Geyer needs one to tie. Deer Creek needs a win to send us to game 5.
Very clean rotation so far out of Deer Creek. Antlers trying to force this one to go the absolute distance. Geyer has been pretty calm. They think they can score in a moment's notice. Oh, but the moment is on notice for DOS X to bring his squad now with an insurance goal. Chicksa, we could be seeing another game 5.
Bang. That's all I can say. The power behind that ball, you put it any slower and it ends up being saved. But instead, huge banger of a goal. And now with 20 seconds left, I think Deer Creek may have secured themselves to a game 5. Yeah, secured.
Yeah.
In the bag. We're going to game 5.
Man, I don't know who talked to Santa, but they sure brought a lot of extra gifts going into this bracket tonight, as we will have 2 semifinals going the absolute distance to try and to determine who will be joining West Catholic Falcons in that best of 7 grand final for this Winter Champions Invitational 360. Why not Silas and the gang? You gotta be ready for him. Geyer knows how to go far in these matches. They just hope to get it done a little bit earlier. But Chicksa, we are going the distance again.
Super impressed again with the Deer Creek squad. Scar with majority saves, DOS with majority goals, and Pay with almost the assist. Again, every player plays such an important role on that team. It blows my mind that they're even all kind of evenly 1-1-1, 1-1-1, 1-1-1, or each person has that role that they really focalized on during the series.
4 goals and you have 100% participation and nearly 100% shooting from the team. 4 for 5 across it. 80% efficiency, name of the game for Deer Creek. But no matter how calm and cool and collected you may be, we get loud and we're going to get rowdy. Champions Field will be visited again. 2 teams trying to go and meet Michigan, but the battle for Red River, for the supremacy of Oklahoma or Texas, trying to survive here. Only one squad gets to go forward. Who does that get to be?
I'm not going to predict anything. I don't want to jinx anything. I really do not know who will come on top. I just know this game is going to be interesting. Jaden, that net's open! Hit it! Oh, Scar back in time to find the save, but very tension-filled. What? A 50! Now a clear. Is somebody back? Yes, Jaden can find the save.
Jaden trying to pull out his best Scorpion impression. Really? I mean, we saw it a bit ago as a sprint downfield turned into an absolute win. But Jaden has come alive, and this is one of the players, I like to talk about him, that, you know, you kind of go by who's acting kind of as your lowest man on the totem pole. Not that they're any worse than anyone, but when you need their efficiency, then that brings everyone else to be a bit stronger because they can be confident and rely on you. Bubbly, much the same. He's been queuing up Silas a time or two, and Silas, if they're as mechy and speedy as they're gonna be, they gotta win each of these touches. Jaden, oh, they see Bubbly way too high on the scoreboard, on the backboard. Pay's gonna put themselves on that scoreboard.
Oh, man, every player on Deer Creek, I think we've sang praises that time or time again. Pay, a great shot, great turn, great power, placement as well, as far as possible away from Bubbly on the backboard. Now, early lead for Deer Creek. We'll see if they can continue to hold on to this momentum.
Silas, the youngster amongst everyone out here. He's a sophomore amongst all the juniors and seniors. Let's see if they can wrangle in some of that power. This Bubbly, the junior, is going to initially get that side swipe. And now you have two on the backboard trying to just kind of navigate that space between. And it's been a boost issue here, Chixa. They've been unable to keep their tanks full. And that's because you're constantly seeing Deer Creek as a triumvirate just bearing down upon you. Another shot, but Jaden gets the clear.
Silas, quick transition here. Tries for the flip reset. Maybe should have just went for an early shot. Now this one set in midfield. Scar and Dosex both there. Dos the turn on top of the car. Gets the 50. Gets another 50. It hangs there. Pay to come on through. Backboard. Follow up here. Just too high on the shot. Almost something to be found for Deer Creek. Now Jaden will go the distance. High off the backboard. Sends it down. Scar, look at that pickup and the control. Huge flick towards the other end. Quickly takes away a Geyer offense.
Oh, and then a win! Silas working the floor. If you can't go to the sky and beat him, then just simply outspeed him. Waiting. Oh, Pay. He went too low and was delayed on that flip, and it just came down to just a half of a car distance, and they get it over the top. Tied at 1. We've seen barn burners before, but this one's being played very tight.
Halfway through this game, tied score line. Only 2.5 minutes is all that remains. What a shot! Bar down ski for Dosex.
Dosex has been nearly automatic, and sometimes you just got to go in and try. That one off the crossbar, and Silas knew as soon as that was stolen, he was beat as it rolled underneath, and they shelf it. Great counter punch for Deer Creek.
Scar off the corner. Dosex the beat. Scar going midfield. Possibly a demo. This one back out. Silas stalling. Jaden looking to set up Silas. So I saw the pre-jump from the corner of my eye on the angle. Quickly taken away, though, by the defensive efforts of Deer Creek. Transition onto offense. Pay to the skies. Scar and Dosex double committing. This could be an opportunity. Is there an outlet pass? Is there something for Geyer to look towards, but a little bit slow on that rebound? Silas, a demo, looking to bump Dosex. Can't get the second effort. Jaden just stalling. Sends to Silas, who goes high, but Pay, look at that read. Touchdown. This one popped in midfield. Silas sent out. This one sent towards the other half. Just like that, Deer Creek find a clear.
Ooh, off the ender, and there it is. Pay gets the finisher. This is starting to feel like a 1-2 rotation. Both Jaden and Bubbly having to play from behind Silas. He catches that wall thinking maybe it'll go up, and instead he has to drop down, and he's just off angle. Even if he's directly behind it, Pay had way too much forward velocity and is able to just win a chunk of that ball. With a minute 10 coming up This one a little bit more decided than our previous game 5, but Chicks, anything can change in a moment's notice.
I'm not counting anything out from either of these squads. Granted, Deer Creek seems untouchable right now with how well they're playing. A pass here, pay on the turn, the shot off target, saved away anyways. Jaden, then demo by Silas. Bubbly looks to put a shot on target, saved away by Scar. Bouncing up, Silas off the ceiling, Scar the beat, Silas only redirecting in midfield. Dosex the beat now here towards the other end. Popping it up, steals the boost as well, which we mentioned is important. Silas out to Bubbly, but another save by Pay.
What a huge steal. That was the 1-2 counter. That was going to get Geyer on the board and maybe one extra. Silas is going to be bearing down upon Scar, and he's just going to steal it out. It's keep away now. Jaden had to make that earlier read, and they just can't key anything up at all. Geyer fought well. They fought hard, and though they go deep into brackets, this one will be stopped short. Deer Creek, I'm just waiting for it, man. They're going to find one extra, but no. We hit the ground. Deer Creek hit the ground running. They're going to the grand finals, and they've got a date with the Falcons.
Really great overall win for Deer Creek. Again, their teamwork seems so unmatched when it came down to it. They were able to keep finding each other on different plays. Everyone played a different role. Everyone played the needed role when it was happening from back and forth. But overall, super happy with the Deer Creek team. Of course, congratulations to all teams playing today, to doing your best on the field for either making the bracket, for whatever's showing off your school. You're all technically champions in your league, so it's nice to have this outer state rivalries.
Yeah, this has been a wild one to witness, but now we've boiled it down to 2, Chicks. Deer Creek, one of those teams that you and I really had high expectations of, and they've at least met them for now. But West Catholic Falcons, they're going to have a chance to go against them on the other side of this break. We want to thank everyone that's been with us today. We have one matchup to go, and of course, get a little love over to League OS, who has been powering this tournament for this big national competition. And we can't wait to see even more of it as all these high schools and even higher levels of academic competition continue to improve. But for right now, we'll take a short break. We'll be right back with you after this.